ChatGPT has taken the world by storm with its ability to have human-like conversations and do things like write code and even automate YouTube video scripts. And so I wondered to myself, could ChatGPT actually help me learn a language? Today we're going to explore ChatGPT together and see where this AI chatbot could actually add value to your language study plan. How can we use ChatGPT to actually help us learn a language? Let's take a deep dive and see where this thing can actually help us here. All right, let's see if ChatGPT can really help us learn a language. Can an AI chatbot really replace language tutors and other resources out there and teach us to learn a language? I am going to be focusing on a couple of specific facets of language learning and seeing if ChatGPT can help us maybe better in some areas than others. We're going to see what skills this AI chatbot really has. Let's get started. Hi. Could you help me study Spanish today? Could you also give all your responses in English? Let's see what he says. Oh, how friendly. Of course, he'd be happy to help us study Spanish. Wow, okay. This chatbot is pulling a full-on language YouTuber vibes here, giving us some language learning tips. That's awesome. Appreciate the tips. I'm gonna ask now ChatGPT some specific grammar questions and see how ChatGPT fares. Could you explain to me the Spanish subjunctive and when to use it? Cool. The subjunctive is used to express a variety of uncertain or subjective situations, doubt, possibility, necessity. Cool. So they give us some great examples of situations of where to use subjunctive. They give you a general explanation. I think it's pretty good for the most part. Now, I'm not a native Spanish speaker, but I think this is incorrect. I would personally not say no sé si venga. I would say no sé si viene. If you say no creo, then you would say no creo que venga. But with no sé si, I think I would still use the indicative. Please correct me if I'm wrong below. That's just my tingle senses going off right now. I do know ChatGPT is not super accurate all the time, so I wanted to point that out, that if there's something you're not sure about, trust your gut, maybe ask a native speaker when you're using this. But I do like that they give you a variety of examples here. That's awesome. Let's ask about el agua, because that's an interesting kind of grammar one-off that you have in Spanish. Is agua masculine or feminine in Spanish? All right, taking some time. Oh, okay, it's loaded. Agua is a feminine noun. Awesome, because you would say el agua fría. Cool. All right. They didn't explain here that you would use el for agua, though. Article, do I give agua? This is incorrect. Yes, no es la agua, es la agua. No, it's el agua. So, yes, agua is definitely a feminine noun. You would say agua fría, but you would say el agua fría because it's a special case. When you have an A or an A sounding syllable at the start of a word, and the stress is there as well, you would use el. So el agua, el hacha, el águila. This minus points for ChatGPT. Sorry, not doing that great here in this question. But I already knew that ChatGPT has some limitations in terms of accuracy. They actually do give you a warning at the beginning as well. So not the most trustworthy source here. Definitely still have to do your own research. ChatGPT, you're not doing that great, but let's see if you can turn things around. I wrote a little bit of a text here in Spanish. I want to see if ChatGPT can help me correct it. Actually, let me ask him first. Hey, could you help me correct a text I wrote in Spanish and provide some explanations? Cool, I'm gonna post my text. Cool, I like this kind of correction here. Gracias por vuestra atención. The gender is incorrect. Perfect, gustar. You wouldn't say gusto el video, you would say me gusta el video. The video is pleasing to me, not I like the video. No olvidéis. Cool, that's fine. It's not pronominal, or if you use pronominal, you would add the pronoun. Okay, cool. I like these corrections. Oh, they're missing something here. This publico should be changed to the subjunctive. So, cuando publique those videos. Because this is something in the future and it's unknown, right? So this is going to be subjunctive tense. So they did miss one correction here. Let's see ChatGPT's explanations now. Vuestro to vuestra. This has nothing to do with the correction. The correction is because of the gender of atención, which is feminine. So we should change vuestro to vuestra. And the reason is not because it's a polite way to address a group of people of using the pronoun you. So that's bad explanation, not related at all. This is a good explanation of the error that they corrected. Also, this is good as well. Missed the accent. Cool. Dale like, or dale un like. That sounds fine as well. Cool. So corrections, I will give it, it's an okay score. So they did indicate a lot of my corrections and my mistakes that I made wrong, and they corrected to the correct way. They did make a lot of good corrections. Some of the explanations were not great, especially the one about vuestra, changing it to vuestra to be polite. No, they changed it because of the gender matching of the word. So that was funny. And they're not 100% correct on the corrections either. They missed one of these subjunctives here, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I think it's a good first pass of corrections, but still is not going to replace a language tutor or teacher who is going to be able to give you tailored advice. But I think this is kind of cool that they can do this, that they can give you correction and provide targeted tips. I think that's awesome and has a lot of potential to grow there. Let's see if they can provide us some stories or dialogue for us to practice with and learn some new vocabulary. Me a short dialogue in Spanish and vocabulary list to practice. All right, let's see. They're giving me a dialogue. ¿De dónde eres? Soy de México. Hablas español muy bien. Oh, there's some weird punctuation issue. Is this a question or is this a statement? I think this is a statement and they put this is a mistake here. Cool, this is a really simple dialogue. Let's see if they can maybe up the difficulty. Could you give me a more challenging dialogue? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás hoy? They give you the actual translation in English. Interesting. Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Pensaba ir al cine a ver la nueva película de terror. Las 8. Awesome, this is cool. They can give you like a dialogue, give you some vocab that you can work on. That is awesome. I think this is the more interesting thing about ChatGPT, that they can give you, they can create these stories and dialogues for you to help you practice. I think this is the more interesting part that they can actually offer. This is the secret sauce that I think they should really push on. Let's look at if they can give us some exercises to practice. So can you give me some exercises to practice the Spanish subjunctive? Complete the following sentences with appropriate subjunctive forms. Si pudiera, iría contigo. Es importante que comas bien. This is awesome. See, this is the thing that I think has a lot of potential and is really the hidden gems of ChatGPT. And that's the fact that they can provide us creative sentences and creative paragraphs and dialogues and exercises here to help us practice. Look, they're giving us a couple of questions here and they actually provide you the answers that you can look at later. This is really cool. This is where I think can really be something that you actually add to your study routine and help yourself practice learning languages. So let's see. Again, they use this example here where I'm not sure is correct. Native Spanish speaker, please let me know in the comments below what you would say. I think I would say no sé si viene. No sé si venga sounds really weird to me. But they provide you a lot of different creative ways to practice the subjunctive and other grammar things that you can come up with, which is amazing. All in all, I think ChatGPT, it's a really cool concept. I don't think it's going to replace language tutors or language learners. I think it's important to view this as another resource, really, and see what you can use from this to learn languages rather than have this AI here to teach you a language. See how you can utilize it to be useful for you, right? Again, to summarize, this bot here is not perfectly accurate, has a lot of potential, but there's a lot of mistakes, which is unfortunate, and it's not something that you can really trust for language learning. So would not use that in that aspect. But I see a lot of potential where it can auto-generate a lot of different sample texts, sample dialogues, exercises for you to practice your languages. So I'm sure it can do things like come up with different speaking conversation ideas that you can get with your language exchanges, with your language exchange partners. And also you can create a lot of different examples that you can spark your creative thinking, right? I think that's the useful part here. Cool. So let me know what you think about ChatGPT. Do you think it can replace language tutors, language teachers? Do you think it's something that you can integrate into your language routine? I give you my opinions. Love to hear your opinions in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, again, please be sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more content, you can either subscribe to this channel or watch one of these videos up here above. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.